Hi guys, and welcome to Cooking with Miss Cindy. I'm Miss Cindy from the South Brunswick Public Library. Today's recipe is, as per usual, a microwave-only recipe. No stove, no oven, no muss, no fuss. It is a 5-minute red beans and rice recipe. If you guys don't know about red beans and rice, it's actually a really popular dish that originates in Louisiana. What we're going to be making today is our very own version of it. It's not going to be as authentic as anything that's, been cooked over the stove for quite a while. But it is going to taste really darn good, and it is going to be really, really easy. So, let's go. Okay, let's start on our red beans and rice. Let me tell you what you're going to need. You're going to need red beans. I'm using dark red kidney. You can also use light red kidney or any other red bean that you like. Rice, garlic powder, pepperoni slices. Don't worry, I do have a vegetarian alternative if you are not going to be using pepperoni slices or if you just don't have any. Salt, crushed red pepper, chipotle, and smoked paprika are going to be spices that I use in the vegetarian version. So, to start, you're going to need, let me push all these out of the way here. You're going to need 1 cup of cooked white rice. You can do this with leftover rice. You can use frozen rice. I actually have frozen brown rice that I'm using here. You can use instant rice. As long as it is a cooked rice, you are good to go. You're going to need a cup of that. You're also going to need a cup of the beans. Don't drain the beans. You're going to want that juice. Alright, that is about a cup. I'm actually going to spoon a couple more beans out because I think I got more juice than beans. And just put a little bit of this juice back. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to season the beans directly. That is a trick that I use when I'm cooking. If you are going to put spices into something, and especially something that's not going to be cooked on the stove, something that's going to be microwaved, you're going to want to mix your spices with the liquid that is being added to the rice. And it's going to make the flavor spread a lot more evenly than if you just did it into the rice. It's going to be a lot easier to just dissolve it in this and then put it in with the rice. So, to start, we are going to take a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. All of this is to taste, by the way. If you don't like garlic powder, then don't add it, or if you like extra, add extra. It's really not going to change whether it's good or not, except for you. So you get to decide what you like in it. This is just a basic recipe. Just going to mix that all in. Add another 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And just a couple shakes of crushed red pepper, depending on how spicy you like it. Now, if you are a vegetarian or if you just don't have any pepperoni at home and want to use the vegetarian version, to this you would add a 1/2 teaspoon of smoked paprika. The smoked paprika is super important. That is going to add a lot of the smoky flavor that would usually come from a sausage or a meat. And chipotle. You can also use cayenne pepper. I don't have any right now. I actually ran out last week. But chipotle is also a really good substitute. It's going to add a little bit of that kick. You can also just add some extra of the crushed red pepper just to give it a little bit more kick. You would do that right now to add to the liquid and make sure that's all mixed in. I am going to be making the meat version though, so I'm leaving those spices out for now. So next up is 8 to 10 slices of pepperoni. You can use regular pepperoni, you can use turkey pepperoni, or like I said, you can leave it all out entirely. And I'm just going to cut it into small, more manageable chunks. There you go. And that's going to get mixed in with the beans as well. Mixing things with liquids is such a life hack, you guys. It makes it so much easier to spread. It makes it so much easier to make sure everything is even. And it just makes it easier to mix in general. Just kind of mix that in there. Stir. You're good. Alright, we are now going to add this to our cup of rice. And I'm going to add a little bit at a time so that I can stir it all together. Oh, I lost a little bit. Now we're going to add the rest. Red beans and rice is not a very dry meal. It turns the rice kind of goopy, very soft, so you want to make sure you get some of the bean liquid in there. I might have picked a mug that was slightly too small. You can also use a bowl or any microwave safe container, it's fine. You can even cook it and mix it all in the measuring cup if it's microwave safe. Okay, this looks nice and mixed. So, it is going to go into the microwave for a total of 3 minutes. I am also going to check it after the first minute, then every 30 seconds after that, or every minute after that, depending on how everything looks, how everything smells. I'm going to keep an eye on it. Okay, so this has been in the microwave for about 3.5 minutes. I actually added a little more time. I found that it wasn't warming up as much as it should have in the mug, so I moved it to a bigger bowl to increase the surface area. Everything's an experiment, you guys. You just have to see what works best for you. Now, if you watched my microwave nachos recipe, you'll know that the way that I like to cut green onions for sprinkling on stuff is with kitchen shears. So that is what I'm going to do with these red beans and rice. The green onions are optional. I just like them, is all. Slice, slice, slice. Alright, I think this is good to go. Once it cools in about another 5 minutes, it'll be ready to eat, and I'm really excited to eat it. See, I told you. Maybe it's not perfectly authentic, but it is authentically delicious. The red beans and the rice have combined to make something truly, truly excellent. So, once again, let this cool for a little bit, and then I'm going to eat it. It's going to be great. So, as usual, if you have made anything from either my Friday Cooking with Miss Cindy classes or my Tween Tuesdays on Tuesdays, I'd love to know what you're up to. So please send it to this address right here. I'm really excited to hear from you guys. Until next week's Cooking with Miss Cindy, bon appetit. Bye.